He was an ace, as they call him. Again, I never knew he was from Connecticut, and all this, and who he was exactly, until after I came back. I went into the reserves, became a CB and all that. And he came back from Vietnam, was everything, and then I got a call if I wanted to be a pallbearer. And I said, no, I'll respectfully decline, because I had done it during my growing up years, because I was, I guess I would have been 24 at the time when they asked me, and I was, I passed. But come to find out, it was Captain Esposito, and he had died being a test pilot in the U.S. Here he is, Vietnam, ace pilot, all the dangers and everything during Vietnam. We come back, and he gets killed as a test pilot in the U.S. And it was like, oh man, you never know when they say you never know when it's your time. It doesn't hurt any less, but something like that. But there's so many stories, like I said, out there that are funny stories, things that happen that you can't talk about on the radio, and the things that happen that you can't talk about on the radio. Usually, the structure was supposed to be 6 months in the U.S. and 6 months in Vietnam, or deployed, I should say, deployed. Well, the first 6 months I was in turned out to be 9 months because of President Nixon. He turned us around. So that was a long deployment.
You were gone a while.
Yeah, we're gone a while. 9 months during Vietnam and everything. Like I said, the last part of it was 24/7 nonstop bombing. And like I said, I have the tapes, but they're not here in Florida. But I have some tapes. I should have got them from me during Vietnam.
Doing radio shows.
Doing radio show, yeah. And the music and the craziness and what have you. But I kept it upbeat. In other words, I kept the morale, kind of like Good Morning Vietnam kind of thing. Way before the movie came out, logically. So it was. I gave upbeat. It was never. All right, here we go. I never bitched about anything on the air.
Right. Unlike me.
I'll leave it alone. That's two. It's two in one morning already. Oh, I'm sorry. They missed the first one. That's right. You were off the air when you told me the other one. Okay, we'll leave that alone. But there's so many stories. So if you see a veteran and he seems like down or something, if you can, get him talking about the good times. Let's go to the phone lines.
Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks on Veterans Day.
Good morning, guys.
Morning, Hugh.
You talk about, when you're going to die, you don't know how you're going to die and everything else. Well, I had a job when I was in college at Ambrosia Chocolate Company in Milwaukee. And, one of the workers there was a Vietnam veteran, had just come back over with a Purple Heart and everything else, and had all kind of medals, all kinds of stuff and everything else. Well, they make at the chocolate company, they have large vats of hot chocolate, milk chocolate that they're making, and the guy fell off a step, and fell into and drowned in that chocolate. You talk about dying in a crazy way after serving your country. I mean,
this is a true story. Oh my goodness.
It's a true story, yeah.
Oh.
If you're gonna go, drowning in a vat of chocolate may not be a bad way.
No.
Yeah, he fell off a catwalk into chocolate and drowned. And got caught in the blades and stuff. And oh my God, so that was such a terrible experience.
Yeah,
the guy was just fresh from Vietnam. He had a Purple Heart. He always was bragging about his medals and stuff, and how terrible the war was, and how he was being treated and stuff. And that's the way he died. It was just a terrible thing.
Wow.
See, I'm on my way to Veterans Park. I'm just about getting there. It looks like there's a nice crowd. The sun come on, and it's a beautiful day. It looks like we're going to have a great participation of people and a wonderful program.
Thanks for the call, Hugh. Thanks for the call.
Thanks for going, Hugh.
Yeah, it's going to be a good thing, good out there at the Veterans Park. Festivities have already started. The main program gets started right at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. on the 11th day of the 11th
I've been there a few times when they did it. And, usually they set up a table.
I got some strange things about Veterans Day, though.
Well, yeah.
No, different things that you may not know. Like, did you know that Congress changed Veterans Day in 1971 from November 11th? And it lasted 4 years till Gerald Ford said, enough with this monstrosity. Congress had made it the fourth Monday of October. They called it the Uniform Holiday Act and made it where you were going to celebrate everything on the fourth Monday of October, 1971, 72, 73, 74.
Gee, when I was in Vietnam.
And then Gerald Ford said in 75, enough with the madness. And it went back to November 11th, where it still sits today.
Yeah.
It's never falls on a Sunday, even if November 11th falls on a Sunday.
They'll move it.
They'll move it to Monday. If it falls on a Saturday, they usually move it to Friday.
Right.
Or they observe it on Saturday, but your employer will give you off that Friday or that Monday.
Right.
And in there. Also, there's a
What?
Did you know there was a Veterans Day National Committee?
Why not? Why not? You know, there's a committee for potatoes, so they can be.
Here's the thing: a lot of people don't know.
What?
And I did it this morning accidentally because I thought it was right, and I didn't know this till I was 55 years old when I learned this.
What?
Veterans Day, how to spell it grammatically correct.
Well, I don't know.
Because it's Veterans Day, VETERAN''S Day, because it's for the veterans. It's your day, veterans.
No.
Wrong.
No apostrophe?
No apostrophe, because it's not to celebrate individual veterans. It's to celebrate the veterans as a whole, plural.
So there's
so there's no apostrophe.
No apostrophe.
I didn't. I
would think of that.
I was 55 years old when I learned that, because grammatically it's incorrect.
Yeah. But
Congress made it. Said, and Congress is all knowing. Just ask them.
You don't believe them? Ask them. I listened to you this morning about the 21 gun salute and how you add the 1776 together.
Comes to 21.
21. But there's another 21 out there that is very famous, and that is the guards that walk the unknown soldier. They take 21 steps.
21 steps, yep.
There you go.
To commemorate 1776.
There you go.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up our Veterans Day coverage, because we do have an interview with Sesame Street. Grover and Rosario and Sesame Street will be here at 10:50.
10:50?
Yeah. So
I'm so happy.
No, they're here at 10:50, not now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, this is a preview.
No.
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 Come on.
No.
Nothing.
No. We'll be right back after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
South Dakota's House launched an investigation Tuesday into whether the state's attorney general should be impeached for his conduct surrounding a car crash last year that killed a pedestrian. Their House voted to have a committee prepare a report and recommend whether Attorney General Jason Ravensborg should be impeached. Inflation data released Wednesday indicates inflation in October grew at its fastest rate in 30 years. The 6.2% inflation rate has Senator Joe Manchin, the Democrat from West Virginia, thinking about putting President Biden's social spending bill off until next year. With a limited number of legislative days left in the year, Manchin is content to focus on issues that need to be addressed now. Former NFL player Henry Ruggs III has been formally charged with 4 felony counts of DUI and reckless driving. Police say Ruggs was driving at 156 miles per hour on a Las Vegas, Nevada surface street before the crash that killed 23-year-old Tina Tintor. USA Radio News.
You've heard that supply lines are down or moving slow. And that most everything costs more these days. But good news! High-quality Sunny Bay products are in stock and ready to ship now because they're made in the USA. Like our extra-long neck heating pads. They provide soothing relief to painful sore necks and backs, are microwavable, and come in a variety of colors and patterns. What a great gift! An extra-long neck heating pad from Sunny Bay. Also available in lavender scented. Buy now in time for the holidays and avoid any shipping delays. Available on Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, and sunny-bay.com. Just search for Sunny Bay Heating Pad. They're great for men or women, are reusable and easy to clean. So this year, give the gift of pain relief. An extra long neck wrap from Sunny Bay. Remember, just search for Sunny Bay Heating Pads. Order now when our stock is high and shipping is fast. And happy holidays from Sunny Bay.
Hey there, I have a question for you. Is your roof asphalt and does it look like it needs replacement? Did you get quotes and were you in sticker shock? Would you like to save not hundreds, but thousands of dollars? Did you call RoofMax? Well, call RoofMax with their patent-pending technology, which can add years to your roof without needing to replace it. And it's easy. You just pick up the phone for a free quote. Plus, they use state-of-the-art satellite technology to measure your roof. So, if your roof is over 7 years old, then you should call RoofMax today at 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. A few of our tractor services include bush hogging, disking, and rototilling. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
This cool fall weather is the perfect time to plant a tree, and Ocala's favorite place for trees is Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery. Right now today, you can select any tree from hundreds in stock for as low as $39.99 and get a second one just like it for half price. Now that same deal is available on all trees in stock, starting with large trees at less than $40, all the way up to Bob's famous gigantic jumbo trees at $8.99. Your second tree is always half price. Be sure to check this week's blooming specials, like camellias at just $15.99, a tray of 10 large-size annuals for just $29.99. Garden mums are half price, and all statuary and fountains are 30% off. And don't forget, it's 15% off for veterans all this week at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery on Southeast 38th Street, just off Lake Rio Avenue, in the same blooming place since 1952.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
You're having another great day and you have good taste tuning into WOCA The Source with Ocala Talks and Tom Schmitz. Well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On Veterans Day, Joe Martone, Tom Schmitz in studio with you.
Yes, sir.
You know, I think sometimes at my generation, which was just after your generation, you were the 20-somethings when I was 7, 8 years old. Because in 1972, I was 7. You were, what, 20?
22. Well, let's see. I went in the service in 71. Yeah, I graduated high school in 70. So
you were
19. I went in 19. I was 19 years old.
So in 72, you were 20.
Yeah, 20, 21, somewhere in there.
And I was 7. So that's the generation,
It's a gap.
My generation didn't really see armed combat. Didn't at all. I mean, Grenada, some guys went over for Grenada and stuff, but no armed combat.
Until Afghanistan.
And I don't think a lot of my generation went to Afghanistan. I think it was 10 years after me. Because when Afghanistan hit in 1991, I was 25 years old, 26 years old. So there were some people my age.
Would have been,
but most
if they had went in earlier.
Right.
They would. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So for lack of a better term, we got lazy. My grandparents and all fought in World War II in Korea.
Yeah, that's what my uncles.
Right, and then you guys saw Vietnam.
Yeah.
Then the Desert Storm happened in '91, but then the War on Terror from 2001 till now.
What was it called before Desert Storm?
Desert Shield.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah.
It's called Desert Shield. Then we went in. It was called Desert Storm, which was a brief time.
Yeah, it was.
But then until 2001 till now. Now there's been a lot of combat in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And a lot of veterans come back with IEDs, have taken parts of their arms and their legs.
Oh yeah.
But there was a gap between Vietnam and 2001, really, where a whole group of people, even though there's veterans and all in that group,
yeah,
we got lazy as a society, I think.
I'm trying to think when my son went to Afghanistan. My second youngest, he went to Afghanistan.
Had to be after 2001. Had to be.
I'm trying to put
we didn't go to Afghanistan until 2001.
Sorry.
After the 9/11. Early 2002.
Maybe that's when he went over there.
So,
but he's the one he was in the I guess they call him the engineering.
The problem is the reason I bring this up is I think it's difficult for people of my generation to know exactly what you're talking about when you talk about things that you saw or how your life was changed through your military service, because you were in live combat. And I know people's lives change even when they're at peacetime in the military and everything, but the general public's life was different.
Well, yeah, when I was in the U.S., there were protests about the Vietnam War, and rightfully so. We don't believe we should be there, so forth and so on.
But that wasn't the military enlisted fault, and they got blamed for it.
Yeah. Well, when I came back, the last time I came back from Vietnam, flew out of Manila, the Philippines. Ship had gone into Subic Bay for their R&R. I left the ship, and I got on a bus, and we went to Manila to get a commercial flight back to the States. I think it was a 12-hour flight or whatever it was. Because I remember we landed in Alaska at first, then we came down to San Francisco, into there, and then from San Francisco, day and a half, not even, we were processed out, got on another commercial flight, went across the United States, ended up in New York. Then I call it the puddle hopper from New York to Tweed New Haven Airport in New Haven, Connecticut. And I got off the plane, and I got my sea bag, put it over my shoulder, when there was nobody there. Apparently the plane came earlier than it was supposed to be, and they were in a little... Now, Tweed New Haven Airport is a very small airport, smaller than this one here, in size. In other words,
Joe, this is an international airport.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I had never seen a 747 or something coming in. So we had the puddle hopper. Anyway, I came off, put it over my back. Whoa! And I'm looking. Sorry, a plane just came in wobbling, scared the heck out of me. They must have new shorts going to be put on. Anyway, I went in there and I looked around, and they're all having coffee. My mom, my dad, my girlfriend, and they're all sitting having coffee. I'm going, and I think her sister was there also. And I just walked in there, and their eyes just went boing, like, what are you doing here?
Well, you were early.
Yeah, I was early, and then so I'll go hugs and kisses and all that, So, but there was no parades like World War II when everybody came back, because two reasons, I think. Vietnam was a long war, or wherever you want to call it. I call it a war. So men would go, do their thing, put their time in, come out. Not like World War II, where they all came back all at once.
Right.
They dribbled back to the United States.
Same way that the War on Terror, the war in Afghanistan and
you got
Iraq was, people, you got relieved, and so you came back home.
You weaved back into civilian life. You weaved back into, and the only connection you had when I came back was with the Veterans Administration. There was no Vets Helping Vets back then, So Veterans Administration, And of course, I went to the VA hospital there, and so forth and so on. But there was no what do you call it? Support more so.
Right.
It was out there most likely, but I didn't know where it was at the time. And I was an adult, a full adult, I should say. I was an adult when I came back, but older. I had to put it older. By the time I found out that I was entitled to some benefits through the VA that I wasn't taking advantage of. And if you don't use them, you lose them, kind of thing. And this is 20 years after I got out, maybe, approximately. No, sorry. I'll take that back. About 17 years after I got out, maybe 16, 17 years after I got out, it was like, wow. You mean I'm entitled to this? Okay. Well, because all my life I was working in the factories and in different positions, and the employer had benefits.
Right.
So I always had these medical benefits, and so I didn't need to lean on the benefits from veterans. But as you get older, times change, different benefits vanish, and I thank God that this one man said, "Hey, you could avail yourself to these benefits."
You become an entrepreneur later in your life, and now
Here's
through
Tom.
entrepreneurship, you can't afford benefits sometimes, but you have the luxury of having the VA behind you and giving you medical care now. And you're always thankful when they come in on the third Thursday of every month.
You
talk about how thankful you are to them. You were supposed to be the first patient at the new building, but
that didn't happen. I went to the old building, got my eye exams. Yeah, I got my eye exams.
Did they say you're blind?
I got what they call a speckle in my eye.
Well,
a freckle, she said.
I thought they were going to say you were blind because you let me on the radio every day and you can't
There's
see.
another word for
smart.
that. It's not blind. It's not blind.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Deaf, blind. I know.
There you go.
I know the word.
There you go. I won't say that word. That's not a nice word. That's only.
Yeah, but we're talking about
Karen
you here.
food.
We're talking about you
That's
here.
That's a Karen word.
We're talking about you here, though. So,
Well, I am here all the time. There's some decisions we regret in life, yeah.
Hey,
yes?
Dan listens to this show.
Does he really? Well, I don't hear my phone blowing up, so I must be right.
No, I mean about decisions you made in your life. Dan listens to this show.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Well, I came back with post-traumatic stress from Vietnam. Of course, back then I didn't know what it was.
No,
nobody.
You just came back angry, is what they thought. You didn't.
Yeah, I just came back angry. I was a totally different person. When you come back, and why? Why the word "why" was a big deal, and yeah, I was very protective of course, when the family's side of the family, very protective of the family, and more so.
How good is it though that now later in life, you can sit back and enjoy a day like today, Veterans Day, the camaraderie you have with other veterans, the things how you've seen this country evolve and change. Some of it pretty good, some of it not so good, but still know that you did your little part when you were in the military, just as every military service is, to still afford us freedoms in 2021, unlike any other freedoms that are enjoyed anywhere else in the world.
That's true. You can sit there and say your piece. You can not worry about getting thrown in jail, getting your hands cut off. If you steal something, you get put in jail, but you won't get your hands cut off.
Which is a very real thing in other countries.
That's what I've said it for.
A DUI in Kuwait is a death sentence. How about that?
DUI?
Really? Yeah, you get caught driving under the influence is a death sentence.
Death.
So
you get as drunk as you want, Uber.
No.
You call Uber.
The drunkenness is what gets you killed.
Wait a minute. I thought you meant for driving.
If you're driving drunk, you can be sentenced to death. But the bad part of it is not so much the driving, it is that you're drunk in general because they don't believe in drinking.
Oh. In Dubai?
In Kuwait.
Oh, in Kuwait, sorry. Why did I come up with Dubai, though? I guess because they're super rich.
Well, all those Middle Eastern countries are kind of super rich. Or the people in charge of the oil are super rich.
But don't worry.
They're third world countries.
Don't
but
worry.
The people in charge of the oil are super rich.
Don't worry. Our president is thinking of shutting down another pipeline.
Not thinking about it. He wants to shut down the Michigan pipeline. They want. Okay, see, now you're going to get me angry, and I'm trying not to be angry.
I'm sorry. I went off. I went off. Now, let's go back to Veterans
Day.
We'll say that.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
But once again, WOCA really wants to extend a gratitude and a thanks.
Oh yeah.
To all veterans, former and current, as military personnel, veterans, former service, serving now in the military, their families.
Oh yeah. If I see an older veteran, I will go up to him and I'll say thank you. And there was one gentleman, I'll always remember this, when we were in that other place, he was sitting down by himself because his daughter was shopping. And he's just sitting there kind of rocking and just looking.
Hurry up, we got to take a break.
And I just sat down next to him. I thanked him. I said, I'm a veteran also. Thank you. He looked at me. I swore I seen a tear. And he just started talking because he was sitting there by himself.
Yep.
And if you see a veteran just sitting there by himself,
go talk to him.
You're helping another human being and give him 5 minutes of your time.
It's not an eternity. It's very short. But you have no idea who it would help.
What it does for that man or woman.
We need to take a break.
Okay.
We'll come back. It's time for Sesame Street. We're right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA. The Source.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Well, this is a surprise. Hello, ladies. Welcome to the WOCA studios. Please, step right up and tell us who you are.
Tammy Griffin.
Connie Ann Pendleton.
Deborah Jenkins.
Cindy Brown. Susan Schmitz.
Shauna Tanner.
Andrea Benitez.
April Savarese.
We are the Stiletto Network Group, a sub-networking group of the Ocala CEP.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
It's Veterans Appreciation Week at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. That means that all U.S. veterans get an extra 15% off Bob Wine's already low prices. So check the ad. Count up your savings like these big 5-inch flowering annuals, including gorgeous begonia, impatiens, salvia, marigolds, and many more. You get 2 for $6. Nice-sized butterfly and hummingbird plants, just $6.99 this week at Bob Wine's. And don't forget Bob's famous sun and shade-loving camellias, starting at a super low $15.99. How about this favorite? Gorgeously blooming hanging basket.